everyone, and welcome to the Prince Magnum channel where hot rodding and romance do coexist. I'm your host, Prince Magnum. Welcome to another one of my live streams. Good to see everybody tonight. Sorry I'm running a little bit behind. Was hanging with the guys. Um, and was Save the World today. Initially, I was going to do Save the World today, but I thought, no, we'll wait till Wednesday because we're going to begin Canny Valley. But right now, I need to build up some materials because it's going to be interesting from here. So it's going to be exciting. Looking forward to it. There we go. Good to see you, Raven. Hi, honey. So we're just doing a quick chill and chat, kind of talk about, hey, what's going on, Ron? We're working out. I know Ron asked earlier today, and I didn't really get a chance to answer the question. Monetization, we're kind of it's only been a few weeks, but we're having a hard time getting everything straightened out with AdSense. Other than that, so it's just that at one time this channel was monetized, and we're having a hard time getting the original AdSense, um, the original account closed out so we could start a new one. That's the problem that we're having. Hey, it doesn't matter. All that matters is that we're all here having a good time. So that's what we're struggling with right now. No, I've only got the one, and it's just not, it won't allow me to connect the old one to for the new monetization is the problem. But we were monetized at one time, but during the apocalypse, we lost it. And I never closed out the old one. And it's like because I knew I was going to need it and I thought I would just reconnect it. No, evidently there's been some changes and some things like that, so now I got to go back in and just close out the old one, and it's just being a smart ass about it. Just one of those things. So that's what we're dealing with. Not super big deal, but we'll get it all lined out eventually. So we have a brand new tripod for doing videos, and I'm really happy with it so far. Already started breaking it in. I'm looking forward to working with that thing a little bit more. Really excited about that. So expect that there's basically new camera, adding to the camera equipment, which for those that don't know, my edited content is always going to be 1,000 times better than my live streams, or at least in my opinion, because that's really where I could show off any talent that I have. It's really where I'm at right at home. Yeah, it ain't nothing. Yeah, some people it takes a little while. I'm not super worried about it because regardless, um, I'm going to go ahead and probably starting this week, we're going to go ahead and start actually um, advertising the Patreon account. I have a Patreon account. I've just never used it. So we're going to start advertising the Patreon account because the hell with them. I'm not going to wait on YouTube to cooperate. We have an AdSense account. Along with that, hey, what's going on, Mikey G? And regardless, even then, I mean, I can always, link my email account, and you can easily directly through PayPal donate, one-time offs. So we don't have to wait for YouTube. We don't have to wait because I know everyone's wanting to just start, doing like a membership sort of thing to the channel, which is great. But why wait? We have Patreon, we've got PayPal. We don't have to wait for them. We don't have to wait for YouTube. So that's kind of where it stands. I'm not going to wait for them. I'm not going to wait. Don't have to. So that's kind of how that's going to work out. Real quick, get you all caught up to speed. This past week has been a series of breakdowns for Project Lena. Now I know for those that are the process is going slow. We're having problems getting things straightened out with AdSense. And I imagine once that happens, I mean, we're there. I mean, we've got the watch hours. YouTube knows it. They're like, yeah, you totally pulled it down. I will tell everyone, go ahead and keep running the playlist regardless. Run the playlist, check out the new videos, obviously. Any new videos I put up, check them out, have fun with them. Right. Don't sweat the small stuff. I'm not super worried about it. I mean, like I said, we still have the Patreon account, which I could start using anytime. I've had it for like the last 3 years. I've had Patreon. I've just never really pushed it here on the channel because of the simple fact, right? Because most everyone has been, it's like, you mentioned Patreon, and a lot of people just really haven't been able to do Patreon. And a lot of people get a little nervous about it. And Patreon doesn't really allow those one-off donations, but we've got the PayPal account now. So people can actually donate directly to the PayPal account. We do not have to wait for YouTube. We don't have to. Which that's one of the struggles of having a DIY channel. Having a DIY channel, it's always that struggle that it gets expensive. That's one of the reasons why we're probably going to start doing like pawn shop buys or yard because springtime's not terribly far away. We could do yard sale hauls for things that can be restored. That happens though, Mikey G. That happens. I'm going to tell you straight up. Um, I gain them, I lose them, I gain them, I lose them. It goes back and forth. It really does. It goes back and forth. So it's just one of those things. You're gonna have those days where it's like, you know, I mean, you're looking for that one video that just boom. End time teachers. I have no idea what that. I apologize. I really can't understand what that is that you just put in there, but um, I I apologize. But welcome to the live stream. In time teachers. I like that. I like that. I have considered doing Twitch. I will be absolutely honest with you. I've considered I've a lot of people just this last year have been you can see the stripes on my back where people have been beating me on the back to go over to Twitch. And I've considered it. I've not done it, but I have considered it. I know a lot of people have asked for it. You don't like the format, Mikey G? Now I am on, and I don't really do a whole lot with it, but I am on, ironically enough, I'm on TikTok. I just don't do a whole lot. I've got 2 videos up there. Uh, I've got I'm not, I don't do a whole lot over there. I go live, at least 4 times, 3. I will be absolutely honest with you. It almost looks like the old Jewish language, and I'm not adversed in that language, so I do apologize. I don't know exactly what you're putting in there, but if you start speaking English, I'll be able to do something with that. That's ridiculously easy. Yeah, I seen that. I've got the original aircraft remover up on TikTok and that one and a video of Spirit laying rubber back when she was still a stick shift, you know. Um, that's really about it. I mean, like I said, for Wednesday, we're going to go live on. I know we're definitely going to do Wednesday. We're going to do Save the World. And once we do, I'm going to spend a little bit more time on Save the World, but the rest of the time, I'll stream Save the World. But whenever I go into you guys' Fortnite streams, it'll be on Battle Royale. But the this next Friday, I know we're talking about doing the big pay-per-view, and it's going to be at least, the big pay-per-view. I doubt we'll be calling it over the top. That is definitely, you know, that's Raven's title. So I probably call it something like the War Zone, or something to that effect. Off the chain War Zone, something to that effect. Yeah. Oh, they take less of a percentage. Yeah. But again, we're back to uh I just got to look at it and probably do it and probably make, because I'm pretty decent at, we're still, it's one of those things. Yeah, we're getting there. But like I said, I'm not going to wait for YouTube. I mean, YouTube is the easiest platform. But I've just got to learn how to do Twitch. Just one of those things. I got to do something about these. Got to get that new tank. I keep saying I'm going to go pick up a new tank. I just keep forgetting, or I get busy, or something's on my mind, or whatever. So basically, yeah, that's kind of where we stand right now. Uh, so let me Lena. Project Lena this past week had a lot of breakdowns. We spent in the ballpark area of almost $400. Oh, see, Ron, I got to grab hold of you. Oh, you recorded Save the World? All right. I got to get over there and check it out, man. I have not been able to get into everybody's streams. When a lot of you, when you stream, I'm at work. A lot, yeah, and it's like my channel has so much freaking going on anymore. It's hard for me to keep up with you guys, and I apologize. It like absolutely sucks that I don't get to see you all enough. Um, am I a Discord mod? I do have Discord. I'm not sure. Does the Eclipse still have a Discord? I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anything pop up in it. I definitely need to start putting my Discord up so you all can join a little more regularly. But yeah, I've got um, a Discord mod. Well, no, no, I'm not. I'm on Discord, but no. Keep killing my vapes. Oh, you changed the name. Okay. Okay. Because I need to, yeah. I don't mess around with Reddit. I don't bother with it. I don't bother with a lot of forums. What am I drinking? Coffee. Just straight black coffee. Yep, just drink coffee. I am about the extent of it. I occasionally drink root beer. Oh, it's my vape. That's my vape. I oh, there you go. I use a vape so I don't smoke cigarettes as much. Ah, I haven't had a drink. Actually, this what's in the cap? Actually it's a cigar flavored uh nicotine solution, about 32. Um, do I like lean? No. I haven't had a drink. Yep, there you go. I haven't had a drink of alcohol as of February 7th. It'll be 15 years since my last drink or drug. So if you guys are wondering if I'm, doing anything, nope, nope. I don't drink, don't drug, just straight up me. Well, whatever. Yeah, I don't. Um, mhm. Don't you know, Ron? I don't get trolls. I get stalkers. I get stalkers anymore. That's me. I'm one of those guys. Seek out a rehab center, my friend. There's nothing. I mean, I can't tell you how to live your life, but I look like a stalker. Oh no. Uh, in the world of sniping, there is stalking, but that's a different type of stalking. One wants you in a cage. Well, that figures, Ron. Hey, what's going on, Garrett? Good to see you, buddy. Anything new and exciting going on? It's just a chill and chat tonight. There you go. I know who it is, and I'm going to remind everyone that there was a guy who basically has started stalking me last year, and I pretty well figured out who the stalker is. Runs a very small channel, talks some crap about me and stuff like that, and I'm going to issue the challenge again to him. Project Spirit's running pretty solid these days, right? Um, you know, he's welcome to run me. I've got the perfect spot. I've never lost a race there. He's welcome to run me anytime. He knows who he is. He can run me anytime. I have no problem kicking his ass. I know he won't do it. Two reasons. Number one, he can't drive. If you can't keep up, don't step up. And number two, even if he could drive, he will never, ever come to the skill level that I've got. The best he could do is sit in front of a camera and talk shit. He's nobody. And he's the one that, I'm going to remind him, you'll find somebody. You'll find somebody, they'll sweep you off your feet, they'll take you out on a date, they'll buy you a foot long, you'll swallow it whole with your hand on the back of your head because it's the only way you know how. But it isn't going to be me. I'm married and I don't swing that way, despite popular belief. Oh man. And it's so good to have you in here, Ron. I mean, good personalities. Ron, Mikey G, I know Raven was in here. Um, And I know eventually Ian's probably gonna sneak in. Princess Fabe was in here, she'll poke her head in and out. Again, you know, this is where it's happening. And as a reminder for a lot of people tend to forget this. We are the first content create, this channel is the first, to my knowledge, in the world doing both custom cars and romance. And that includes even over on Twitch or any other platform. What's up, Mikey G? What's your question? And along with that, um, this even includes television. There was a guy who did come close to nailing down the first to do romance and custom cars together. There was one that came very close, extremely close, and that was Stacy David of Gears. And he was reviewing someone's build on oh shoot, what was it? A 1970 Plymouth Superbird. And he was talking about the bench seat, and he actually explained how great the design of a bench seat was to get people, when you were out on a date. He explained the design, and he was the closest to doing it, but he never capitalized on it. Never capitalized on the whole custom cars and romance. So he was the closest. So to my knowledge, I'm the first. What's the next goal? The next goal is to get the channel to 1.5K. That's the next goal. Because I'm figuring if I can get the channel to at least 1.5 or 2K, that does not surprise me, Chairman. Oh, good to see you, Chairman. The 572 cubic inch crate engine. Yes, that is a Chevrolet. That's a Chevrolet big block Mark IV design that has been taken well beyond what GM had originally intended. Because he's the biggest you could get, and it was a race engine, was the 502 at one point, which you could still get the 502. The largest you could get in a factory big block Mark IV design was the big block, or if you prefer the more technical advertised name, the Turbo Jet big block engine from Chevrolet was the 454. Now I'm going to blow you guys' mind. The largest horsepower number you could get in the Turbo Jet 454 was the LS7, rated at 465 horses, if I remember my numbers correctly. What's going on? Think different. You ain't late. You ain't late here, brother. Even if you catch a couple minutes. But yes, so the Mark IV, what is sometimes called the Mark IV big block, because there was a few other big blocks that came before it. From the Chevrolet lineup, there was also the W big block, which a lot of people forget about until you mention one of them. But there was the 348, which originally came out in 1958 and lasted till about 1962, if I remember correctly. Then there was the 409, Giddy Up 409 by the Beach Boys. Yeah, that's actually an engine. And they were singing about that massive beast. And then there was a little known version called the 427. It was the 427 W big block, and that was again another one that was just ridiculous. And it was special order only for certain Impala Super Sports. You had to know the RPO code to get it, and it was only around for like a couple of years. Because after that, it was replaced by the Mark IV design for the in the 396. Then, of course, there was the 427, 454, and then in 1970 they replaced the 396 with the 402. Wow, that is some big block history from Chevrolet. See what I mean? I spent way too much time under the hood. It's good to see you guys tonight. I was just talking about Pontiac engines with somebody the other day. Everyone talks about the 400 from Pontiac, and that was a good engine. That was a good engine. And they even talked about the has anyone seen Ron? I've seen him in live streams, not met him in person, but I definitely want to. Welcome to the live stream for the person who copied Harry Potter's name. I haven't seen it yet. I don't keep up much with Chevrolet nowadays. Chevrolet, really, honestly, and truthfully, has lost their luster. They the Camaro and don't get me wrong, I like what they're doing with the Corvette now, but I'll be absolutely, hey, what's going on, Grave Taker? Good to see you, buddy. But I'll be absolutely honest with you, they're not they're not. Oh boy, here we go. They're not building them like they used to. And I know a lot of people really like the LS engines, and the LSs aren't bad. Don't get me wrong, they're good, solid runners, but they have forgotten what really made Chevrolet exactly what it was meant to be. And they, until they bring out an LS that actually, oh, yeah. Yeah, I've heard a little bit. There has been talk about them bringing back the Maverick for years. Years there's been talking about it. This guy um they've been talking about bringing back the Maverick for years. Now, I've actually seen some concept drawings of the Maverick. Um and I know I've even put my 2 cents into Ford and has basically it's like if you're going to do it right, you know, as it was meant to be. Um, the LS is a good design, but the problem with the LSs is that it won't bolt up to the older stuff unless you get some sort of adapter kit. And that's the problem. Okay. The other problem is, thank you, Garrett. Appreciate that. Well, the Corvette has always had the problem that it's always been, well, of course, smoking kills. Everything eventually will kill you. That's just kind of how it is. But Corvette has always had the problem in the last couple of decades. It's always been older, well-to-do guys who've been buying them up. And, the Corvette has kind of gathered that reputation, that it's been older, retired guys that are buying them up. And I'll be absolutely honest with you, there's nothing wrong with that. I'll quit when I'm ready to quit. But um, when it comes to Chevrolet engines, the best engines, in my opinion, Chevrolet has always had the market for their small block V8s. The small block V8s has always been their bread and butter. And the best small block, in my opinion, you can't beat them. You can't beat these small blocks. Is the original, the Turbo Fire, the original. Now, if I've lost you on what I'm talking about, the Turbo Fire in its original form came out in 1955. In 1955, the 265. Now, the original 265 in 1955 had problems, but in 1956, they did work those bugs out. And then by 1957, we seen the introduction of the 283. And to give you an idea, in 1957, an American engine achieving 1 horsepower per cubic inch was unheard of until 1957, and they did it with the 283. So I'm talking about the original V8s. That's the term that it was advertised, the Turbo Fire V8, and that was the original Chevy small blocks, which carried them all the way well into the 90s, well into the 90s. You can get them in trucks for years. Thanks, Mikey G. Appreciate you still watching. So that is the original V8s. We're talking the Ginger Dingers, okay? And that's what I cut my teeth on. They were ridiculously easy to work on. And this is where the LS fails. The LS fails in this department. Right, right. It fails because it won't bolt up to the older stuff. It'll bolt up to all the new stuff, no problem. But it won't be able to unless you buy adapter kits. It won't bolt up to all of the older stuff. And we're talking like 350 turbos, Power Glide transmissions, 400 turbos, all the Muncies and Saginaws, manual transmissions. It will not bolt. Hey, what's going on, Midnight Cool? It's good to see you. I gotta holler at you, see how you're doing. But we're talking like the LS. The LS will not bolt up to anything prior to. And, so we're talking that it's a good engine, but unless you buy an expensive adapter kit, I'm doing fantastic. You got me talking on one of my favorite subjects of all times. It won't bolt up to all, and so that's where the LS fails. Okay, that's where it fails. So as great of as an engine as it is, which it is a good engine, it does not bolt up to all of the older stuff unless you buy an expensive adapter kit. So Chevrolet dropped the ball there. And I'm sorry, that's where the ball was dropped. And don't get me wrong, it's a good engine. It is durable. It's not as durable as the old Turbo Fire, but it is durable. And it does have a lot of benefits. You can do all sorts of stuff with it all day long. But the Turbo Fire will always have that market cornered. And I can tell you right now, I can walk out there, grab an old Turbo Fire V8. It does not matter the year. It does not matter the year. And I could still set the timing without a timing light. I could still set it just by listening to it. I could do that all day long with the old Turbo Fire V8s from Chevrolet. I could do it with Project Spirits Inline 6, and I could probably do it with Windsor Class V8s. But again, we're now back to the LSs have to have a computer. So again, we're back to GM dropping the ball. So when you look at it in that regard, if you have to have a computer to set the timing, GM, you drop the ball. Thanks, Raven. Well, it's old school skills that, I mean, a lot of people don't realize that, it's one of those things. It's old skills like that, Ian. Hey, what's going on, Broken Mike? So I mean, if you will, we're talking, old school stuff, that a lot of people tend to forget. I mean, it's the real deal. Hey, Ian, I keep getting sidetracked, but now that you're here, let me take a moment. Project Lena, a lot of breakdowns this last week. um, she went through a lot of breakdowns. First, it was the battery, and I've got a V8. Hey, I do like V8s. Project Spirit needs her V8, and we're gonna. I'm already right now. We need to spend some time on Project Lena, and she's got a laundry list of problems. But we're looking by the end of the year, Project Spirit will have a V8 under the hood. She will have something that's so retro and so cool that you just can't, you're just going to love it. You're just going to love it. But you don't just drop any old V8 into Project Spirit, and you don't just drop any 302 in there. I know a lot of people get upset when I say, they're like, drop a 302 in there. No, you don't just do that. Um, and not there's nothing wrong with the 302. 302 is a good solid engine from Ford. The Ford 302 is an amazing engine, and I have to say the Ford 302 because Chevrolet had a 302 as well. Most people forget about it, but Ford's 302 was a good engine, but it's what everybody does. Everyone just throws one in there. You could, you're back to it's cutting and chopping, and I'm not doing all that. You don't need no dang Triton V10 in there, anyways. There were bad engines, anyways. Ford cannot build a V10. For that matter, Chrysler really couldn't do it. It is so good to see you, Broken Mike. It is so good to see you. It was fun being in your stream, and being in. I've always had fun in everybody's streams, but since I've been able to get into your, do streams with you, get into your streams, Broken Mike. It is a lot of fun over there. I have a lot of fun running with you as well, and of course, gotta talk about the very first time I actually had a guest appearance, I believe, in anybody's stream. No, I take that back. One of my first guest appearances was on Ian's channel. Oh, my pleasure. Anytime you want to run Save the World, holler at me. Holler at me. I'm always down for running Save the World. And don't get me wrong, I like doing Battle Royale, yes, but there's a lot of cheating on that side, and I just enjoy Save the World a lot more. That's just me. I enjoy it. It's a lot of freaking fun. So I have a good time over there. But as I started to talk about, Project Lena's went through a lot of breakdowns this last week. We've had to replace 3 out of 4 of the tires, and we've had to replace the battery. The battery was not cheap, and I've got a whole video going into the battery swap, and it's about 20 minutes long. That's going to go into the details of doing a battery swap, and I filmed some of it early in the morning, so I had to go back and made sure that I made sense because it was early in the morning. And as I was actually filming some of it, I had already gotten a phone call that there was problems with Project Lena again. And I was like, son of a bitch, here we go. You know, all right, Chairman, it's good to see you. Good to see you. Um, so we had to deal with that, and we're still not done with the laundry list of problems. We have to go through the front and rear brake system, which when we do, we're probably going to go ridiculous with it because I don't want to have any more problems out of that car for many years to come. I don't want to have any problems out of Project Lena. And don't get me wrong, Project Lena is a good car. It's just she's going through that phase that every vehicle goes through. About every 5 to 7 years, a vehicle will just start going through breakdowns like crazy. There you go, Chairman. That's what's up. You know, vehicles will go through just numerous breakdowns like mad. And it's ridiculous how that happens. Um, it's just one of those things. So we've got a lot of, I've got a lot of video to go over. And we're going to kind of I can't call it this because there's another channel that's already kind of taken the name. But basically, we're going to do a walkthrough of a bumper to bumper problems with Project Lena and what has to be changed before we can really start going through Project Spirit to get ready for her V8 swap. But in the meantime, through I know it's going to be through generous donations and of course just saving, scrimping and saving and doing what I normally do here on the channel. A lot of stuff that's kind of behind the scenes that you guys don't always get to see. Um, but it'll be through, the usual stuff. We're going to start going through Spirit because there is no way that I could just drop a V8 into her with, because I know how I build engines. And I mean, where Raven builds like mad in Fortnite, that's where, think along those lines. Actually, Raven, how you build in Fortnite, that's how I do V8s. That's how I do engine builds. Okay. Think along those lines and you'll be in the ballpark area. Because it's all about efficiency, durability, basically getting the best bang for your buck. There's actually what I call the trinity of engine building. There's economy, durability, and performance. And you have to, okay, so you know how to build engines, but I actually have what I call the trinity: performance, durability, and economy. You have to get these. You have to get these three things in perfect alignment to get an engine that'll last you many years, put out a decent amount of performance, and will be decent when it comes to economy. Yeah, everyone has and that is what I call the trinity of engine building. And out of the gate, one of the first things that has to happen is everything has to be balanced and blueprinted when you build an engine. And then you have to get your rebuild kit to match that perfectly. I mean, it has to be perfect. I know some people will say just do an engine balance. No, blueprint it. Blueprint it. If we were going to rebuild Project Spirit's inline six, which we are going to eventually do that, but it's not going to be in Project Spirit. I think we're going to eventually look at doing like a truck build, and it's going to cut. But to really do that, I'm going to wait till the channel gets a little bit bigger to do that engine build because unfortunately you cannot just buy an off the shelf anymore. You can't buy an off the shelf rebuild kit. You have to buy it in piecemeal. So what would normally cost about $4,000 to do, it'd be like for you guys over in England, it would be right around 3.5 pound, 3,000 to 3,500 pounds, if you will, 3,500 pounds. It'd be in that ballpark area for you guys to do Project Spirits Inline 6. Well, to do a normal engine build. But now, because of that, it'd be about $6,000 to do that build. But it would work fine for a small pickup truck. Those engines actually really are strong on the bottom end. They've got a good, strong bottom end torque, good for pulling. Great for pulling. Good for basically a farm truck. That's what those inline sixes are good for. And eventually, I want to show how to do a real basic engine build out of that inline six that lasts you for many years to come. Which I also need to get into that engine science one. I think you guys will really get a kick out of it. I really need to start that video. I really need to get my ass in gear on it. No pun intended. So that's kind of some of the things we're looking at. But anyhow, you guys got me started talking about cars. And I mean, cars is where it's at. And this year, Project Spirit will get her, will begin the process of her V8 build. And get to go see my old friend Bob Boring if he's still alive. I know someone took over his old shop, and old Bob Boring down in Bellevue, if he's still doing his shop. I know a guy named an old friend of mine took over his shop, and I mean, just amazing when it comes to machine work. But we've got to find the right engine, and the right engine, I already know what it's going to be. I already know what's going in between those. Oh yeah, oh yeah. But a lot of things got to happen. Subframe connectors, we've got to connect that subframe because if I do the V8 right, she'll twist that body. She'll twist that body in half. You know, a good V8, the way I want to build it, it'll twist that body in half. And that's just on real quick. For those of you that don't know a whole lot about cars, there's two ways to build an engine, really. There's one where you focus on numbers and the focus on the performance numbers. And when you do that, I mean, it's cool for the drag strip because I mean, you take it out, you run it, you break it, and you spend the rest of the week rebuilding it. That's how that works. That's where the numbers come in, and those numbers are cool. They're exciting. They're fun. But that's not for daily driven. Yeah. Uh, if you're going to daily drive it, you build it where you don't care about the numbers, but you build it where it's so solid that the numbers don't mean anything. Okay. Because at day's end, if you can't get that power to the pavement as well, you know, because you'll hear that with a lot of young ones. Oh, it runs 600 horses. Really? What's its quarter mile? And they really can't tell you that. You know, some of them can, but then it's like, okay, what's the gas mileage like? What's, and, you know, is it good for daily driving? No, because you burn it up. You know, you burn it up so easy, you know, don't waste your time. I'm focused on naturally aspirated, long lasting engines that put down the numbers that I want, top speed. And of course, along with that, you know, can I drive it every day? If I can't drive it every day, there's no sense in me building it. And hey, Nathaniel, you want to race? Come on, man. Anytime you want to run, motherfucker. Just outside of Doe Run. We'll race right in front of Fort Davidson. You heard me. You can't, if you can talk shit, but you can't step up, motherfucker. You ain't nothing, but I know where you live. Grab your tricycle. I'll meet you over there. You can grab your tricycle. We'll run. He ain't nothing. But anyhow, so that's pretty much as it stands. Expect for tonight before I call it a night. I'll be loading for the premiere Project Lena's the battery swap on Project Lena. So. Right. But that's where we're at. And expect some video footage of Project Spirit going really fast. That automatic transmission she has no takeoff, hardly at all. I mean, hardly none. It's like dragging, you know, 1,000 pounds behind her in first gear. But when she hits second gear, hang on. Oh, I'll put that one up as well. But yeah, I got to put those up. I might see about doing that for Wednesday. Do a special on Wednesday or something, like an early premiere or something. That'll be fun. But anyhow, Princess Faye has something. Yeah, you heard me. Come on, run me. You can talk shit, but you can't run me. I didn't say you racing in my car. I said you racing me against me in my old car. But anyhow, that's where it stands, you know. So, but yeah, Mikey G, I've got that. I've got plenty of video footage to edit for this year alone. But yes, it's going to be an exciting time. That's right, Broken Mike. I threw out the challenge. He won't do it. He can't do it. He doesn't have a driver's license. But he can get on his tricycle. Right. Appreciate that, Raven. But yep. So all right, Princess Faye's got something planned for me, and it's gonna be a great time. It's gonna be a great time. No video on that. So that's where that stands. And all right, so that brings us to an exciting stopping point for all of us. I've got premieres for tonight, and I'll be at work tomorrow as usual. It's going to be a good time, good time. So, all righty, for all of you, get out there and work on a project. I don't care what it is, just do something with yourself. Remember, idle hands and a creative mind go together like oil and water. If you have a sweetheart, sweep them off their feet and do something special for them today. And as always, for all of you out there, if no one out there has told any of you that they love you today, Prince Magnum does. God bless you and have a happy 24. Thank you.